This is Jam Nation.
With Jonesy and Amanda.
So, Kitchen Nightmares in the paper today. Reality show made my cafe a nightmare. And it goes on to say that the Chinese-Australian owner was convinced to transform her restaurant into a Lebanese restaurant.
Yeah, and she says that hasn't worked for her, and her customers who are of Middle Eastern origin are sort of offended at the token way she's doing it, I'm guessing.
In watching that story, I didn't see it as that. I saw it as a chef that wasn't very good at cooking Italian food, that came from a Middle Eastern background, and Colin Fassnidge said, well, why don't we just go and do Middle Eastern food?
Well, it seems there was also conflict between the chef and the owner, and the chef has now left.
Mm.
And now she is saying that, she's sort of blaming the show for her business downturn.
Well, let's get some Irish music on because we got Colin Fassnidge. Come on.
Hi, Colin. How are you?
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. I know the big finale is tonight of the show. How do you feel, though, when you see a story like this in the paper?
Look at it. Front page of the paper, mate, there's houses underwater as we speak.
Yeah.
We've got bigger problems in Australia than... Let's call out the BS alarm here. We went into this place. They were already... She hadn't been paid in 4 months. Her husband, Leba, who's a beautiful man, was a tiler, was working all day to pay the wages, right? So this was already weeks from going bust. The food, did I make that up? The food was rotten. And and a lot of the people were of, say, there were older people who were eating there, and you're serving rotten food. It was a matter of time before you killed someone. And then she said we changed it to Lebanese. She's Chinese, and they were serving Italian. And very bad, rotten Italian. And they were about to go bust. So the whole Middle Eastern thing came about from... Tony was from Iraq, and Leva, her husband, was Middle Eastern, and he liked making the actual Middle Eastern bread. So we're like, well, the frozen rotten Italian's not working. How about we go a different route? And then she said she's losing $4,000 a week from coffee. They weren't making $4,000 a week from coffee. And yes, we moved the coffee machine from the front window to the back just because it was in a hole, a dirty little hole that we cleaned up. But you can move it back. The whole thing is you can lead a horse to water. And I will say she was exposed to over 900,000 people watch the show. So that's 900,000 customers. It's up to you to win over. And we've also got our food tech team, Jimmy Calloway, goes back and revisits the restaurant and helps them. So it's a bad situation, but not everyone's going to survive.
Yeah, it's true.
That's right. And in all of these shows, whether you're doing a renovation, whether you're helping someone lose weight, helping someone declutter, you can only do so much. You're not responsible for the rest of their lives.
But that's the state of the industry we're in at the moment. She had a chef who couldn't cook, she couldn't serve, and her husband was working 2 jobs to pay it. And she was in tears every day, and she already knew it was going bust. And I really liked Virginia. I really did. My heart went out to her. She got left that restaurant by a relative who was sick, so she didn't even pick that career. So, I feel sorry it hasn't worked out for her, but if you watch the show tonight, which is the last one, just plug it in, Channel 7, 7:30, 7+. Tonight's one's a very sad story. Tonight, the chef can cook as good as me. His kitchen's probably cleaner than my kitchen. But what happens to this story is very sad. And not everyone can get out of this. The way the industry is at the minute, it's in a really bad place.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, it's harder than it looks if you're thinking of starting up a restaurant. And I think a lot of people that get you on this show think, we're going to get some free publicity. This will be great.
And magic, bang, it'll all be different. But there's other stuff at the end you have to do too.
It doesn't work like that. We're like a life raft if you're drowning. We still got to learn how to swim. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
And Jones is quite good at commenting on all my posts. So obviously he watches the show.
Yes, he does. He's obsessed. He's completely obsessed.
In a world of TV at the moment, I think it's honestly the best thing on TV. And I think you're a breakout star, mate. I think you've done great.
You see how bad it was when we get in there. The chicken's rotten. It's sitting over the sauce that's going to be served and they weren't that busy. The sort of sauce is going to sit there for months. You've got a chef serving dodgy seafood. The kitchen's not even clean. Maybe it's good some places do close down and make way for the good places. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe you can get that awful restaurant started that you seem to love. That's my only criticism is you and Manu Fidel. I don't know what it is.
You're obsessed with innards.
You just eat all the in part. You don't have to. We're not in the depression anymore. You don't have to eat that stuff.
No waste, mate. We do a lot of work with those harvests. We're not wasting any food.
No, but still.
Yeah, when you grind it up.
In saying that, guys, if you look at the Bull Hotel, the one we did in Victoria, they're firing. Guru Life's firing. Like
So,
we a lot of good came out of it, and not everyone's going to do well.
exactly. Colin, it's always a treat to catch
Always
up
a
with
treat to talk. The final episode, 7:30 tonight on 7. So thank you for talking to us, Colin.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
you. Colin
thank you.
Fassnidge there.